Good evening, Simon here, Explosive Action, back with another DVD, Blu-ray, and LaserDisc update this time. I have one LaserDisc, which I will show at the end. I've got the Blu-rays on the left here, DVDs on the right. All the stuff that has turned up in the last 2 or 3 weeks, so let's get cracking. And we're going to start with the Blu-rays this time, and the first one is the new Umbrella Entertainment release of Electric Boogaloo and Machete Maidens Unleashed. These are documentaries from Mark Hartley, and they've been on DVD for some time, but Umbrella's put them out on Blu-ray. And Electric Boogaloo this time actually has special features. The DVD last time had absolutely nothing, didn't even have a menu. But now we've got a lot of extras together on this one Blu-ray, and the quality is good. Not that a documentary really needs to be HD, but you know, it's fine, and lots more extras to play with it. So nice little package, that one, of those two docos. Next one, Star Trek Beyond. I'm playing catch up here. Been out for a long time. Just wasn't high on my priority list. I knew it'd be around, so I enjoyed the first two, and I picked this up pretty cheap, so I'll be able to check that out soon. Mechanic Resurrection, the DTV, at least in Australia, DTV sequel to Jason Statham's reboot of The Mechanic, Charles Bronson film originally. I liked the first one, and I look forward to checking this one out. So, Jason Statham, Jessica Alba, Tommy Lee Jones, and Michelle Yeoh. Nice mix of characters there. Next one, Jackie Chan's Drunken Master. New release from Eureka on their Masters of Cinema series. The UK's answer to Criterion, basically. They go really all out. 2 discs, got a booklet. Let's see if I can show. It's got it's like 20-page booklet or so. 2 discs, art on the inside, and lots and lots of extras. One of the extras, I haven't checked it out myself. I saw a few screenshots on their Facebook page. You can watch the film in original audio with an English subtitle track that's been ripped from a VCD, like a bootleg VCD, and the English of that is quite spectacular. You know, it just doesn't make any sense. Typos all over the place. That would be a bit of fun to watch the film that way. So, Drunken Master. Next one, finally also catching up here, Train to Busan, a South Korean zombie film, and it has been getting quite the rap. And that's a good thing, because the last time I remember a zombie film getting a proper good rap was the first movie, The Dead. The sequel, not so much, but the original, The Dead. That was one that everybody seemed to agree was an excellent zombie film, and I'm hearing the same about Train to Busan, so look forward to checking that one out. Got some 88 films, Shaw Brothers upgrades here. Seeding of a Ghost. This is quite a warped film. I've reversed the cover art, which is really cool. You get the original poster art, I assume. Didn't go for the slip covers on these, because I missed out the slips during their the first 4 in the series. Only had slips through the Indiegogo, and I didn't get that extra perk, and I don't want to have a mix of them, so I just wait and get the normal ones, which is fine because the slip has that art anyway. So, Seeding of a Ghost, really cool. House of Traps, this one I haven't seen yet. Really cool cover again. More Shaw Brothers fun. I've been assured that this one is good fun. Another book, 2 discs. Nice little releases these. They're putting some effort into them. And from their slasher range, Hide and Go Shriek. Again, the reverse cover. Already have the code red, which is a sentence I can basically say for 2 out of 3 of the 88 film slasher releases. And that's what a friggin' spine number does to me. That's my problem, I'll deal with it. But anyway, Hide and Go Shriek. It is a mid-level slasher. It's not brilliant. But it's good to be able to see the film now. Prior to this, there was a grey market Australian DVD. Looked like it was shot through a sock. And I don't think there was any other release. And you can finally see it now. This one presumably is the same print as the code red, which means it's quite good. Return to Horror High. I haven't seen this in years. So a bit of a slasher spoof, this one. Again, the reverse cover. I quite like that purple. It's pretty cool. The red case, as is traditional with their slasher range. They got some good stuff coming out soon. So go check out 88 Films Facebook for some information. And this is a code red. This is Deadly Dreams. I've slowed down on the code reds. There's no way I'm ever going to get all those. And he releases them out of order. And yeah, honestly, I stopped caring too much. So I just get the ones that fancy me. Or that I fancy. Maybe he fancies me. Who knows? Deadly Dreams. I have been warned, but I've also been told it's good. So I'm going in with 50-50 odds on this one. Another obscure that's gone from VHS to blue with no DVD. We've got Mimsy Farmer in, where's the English cover? Perfume of the Lady in Black, which is an upgrade from the Raro DVD for me. Quite a slow burn, I remember, from this one. But I remember it also being quite good. Haven't watched that Raro DVD in like 5 years. I wasn't going to get this, but it became available in trade, and that's The Exorcist Part 3, or Legion. One of my top 10 films, just films in general. Absolutely love this film. If I'm watching Exorcist 3, I will probably tell you I like it better than the first one. That opinion changes. But yeah, I managed to get this actually pretty cheap. You get the slipcover, which I got to say, I thought that's kind of garish artwork. I prefer the poster. But the reason I plumped for it, I've already got the trilogy set, was that it's got the work print edition, and I'm at least curious to see what that film was originally supposed to look like. And another code red, this is Zeta, aka Revenge of the Dead. Finally hitting blue, not without issues apparently, I haven't checked it out yet. It's got English audio, which is fine, and it's got Italian audio, which is fine. Apparently the subtitle track used is the English hard of hearing one, so like when it'll say knock knock on the screen and silly stuff like that. But I think it's one of those films where there's no native language. It was just shot with whatever the actors wanted to say at the time, so I'll probably watch it in English and not care. But yeah, nice to get this in proper AR and in HD. My previous DVD was full screen, and this is the full cut too, I believe, not the Revenge of the Dead alternate title. And the last blue, again, nothing I was going to grab in any hurry, but it came upon my lap, and that was Cannibal Ferox, the Grindhouse blue set. Got this from a guy that was selling up his collection. Got the soundtrack CD, so that's really cool. Upgrade from the local DVD. So many features. Interesting that most people know now Amazon have decided to stop selling this edition, but they are still selling the DVD. They say that the Blu-ray is against their terms of service, but you know, the DVD has pretty much the same extras in the same film, so make no sense. And the last Blu-ray. And the last Blu-ray is, of course, the Phantasm box set. You can see me in the reflection. Hello. And I won't go into much detail. Everybody has looked at this set already. You got the discs underneath the ball here. I've obviously assembled him, put his spines in, knives. You really can just see the reflection, can't you? Get the cool booklet. If you want to see inside, there's 1,001 videos for this, but I'm just glad that it showed up. Makes me think twice about ordering direct from Arrow. This took like 2 weeks longer than everyone's Amazon order, but you know, it arrived and that's fine. Phantasm 1 through 5 in HD. Awesome. Now we'll jump into the DVDs. The first ones I got from the charity store, St. Vincent de Paul, on the weekend. Grave of the Fireflies. This was actually new and sealed for like $2, I think. A Studio Ghibli I have not seen. Picked it up for the wife mainly. She really does enjoy watching these. And whenever anybody ever says you've got to see Grave of the Fireflies, they always have the subtext of bring a box of tissues. Apparently this is quite the heavy film, but I'm assuming it will be an excellent film and with superb animation, so check that one out. Got a few war films here. Heart's War, I saw this when it came out and not since. I thought it was quite a solid war film with Bruce Willis from like late 90s, I think. Bridge of the River Kwai. For some reason I didn't have this. I don't know why. Just was simply missing from the collection. Old Alec Guinness film. Probably missing because I saw it on TV like 1,000 times when I was 8. And just never felt the need to upgrade. But, it was practically mint, so I picked him up. As with Das Boot, The Boat, German film. I've seen it many times. Never bought it. Don't know why. Now I have. So that's cool. Early Australian DVDs here. It's nice to get these when they're out in the used market, but basically new. Like the shrink wrap could have just come off all of these ones. And Antiviral I also picked up, which is made by the is it the son? Yeah, Brandon Cronenberg, son of David Cronenberg. His first, I think, attempt at a horror film. So I'll be quite curious to check out Antiviral. I think I've heard pretty good things. Some stuff I won in a prize pack. Stakeland 2. Quite like the first Stakeland. Interesting vampire film. See how they go with the second one, or if they just ruin it. The Bite. I know nothing about this aside from the cover. Bite looks pretty cool. How sick are you willing to get? No idea. How sick am I willing to get? I'll check out Bite. Has anybody seen it? This one I got on eBay for a grand total of 99 cents, and that's Silences, another PM Entertainment film. And it looks like I've ended up with a grey market job because this cover is basically the Region 1. It's hard to tell, but the print is quite... it looks like it's been scanned and then printed, and then the logo applied on top. It's a pressed disc and it's NTSC. It looks like it's just a direct port of an American disc, so whatever. Good film too. I like that one. Cube 2 Hypercube. Didn't need this. I had the Region 1, but this was there, and I don't see this Australian edition around very often. And that cover was just really cool. The US one had a fairly bland cover, but I thought that was pretty interesting, and still got the security device sticker on it. And as I said, this is another one from the charity store, and looks like it was never touched, so cool. Haven't even opened this one yet. Blind Woman's Curse, another trade from Facebook, starring Miko Kaji, who is Lady Snowblood. Imagine it's going to be something similar, to be honest. Pinky horror, maybe slightly more pinky. Blind Woman's Curse on Discotheque. Not familiar with that label. Ginji the Slasher, starring Riki Takeuchi from the Dead or Alive series, and Fudo, which is one that's been on my list to watch. Siren Entertainment early-ish or mid-era Siren Entertainment DVD, long out of print. Yeah, not too sure what this one's about. I know that it's I think probably this guy, post-war, and then it goes 50 years into the future where he's living with the homeless, but knows all this stuff about what happened in the war. And I think we get some high-level violence. So, Ginji the Slasher. Oh, this came out of nowhere. Bloody Muscle Bodybuilder in Hell, aka the Japanese Evil Dead. So I was reading some magazine article about 3 weeks ago, I think, and they announced this. It's a sort of lost 62-minute long Japanese horror, filmed in the 90s. Yeah, in the 90s, and not finished. And then they quickly finished it up recently, I think. And as I said, it's only an hour long. And try and find it on YouTube because it looks mental. It looks absolutely mental, and is going to go straight to the top of my watch it soon pile. Bloody Muscle Bodybuilder in Hell. What an awesome title. And next up is The Mad Monk. This is an IVL release of Shaw Brothers film, starring Stephen Chow, and I quite like Stephen Chow films. I've been working my way backwards with his stuff. Like many, I started with Shaolin Soccer, That's when I first discovered him, and then I heard of Kung Fu Hustle and CJ7 past that one. Then I started going backwards, God of Cookery and a few others, and now I've picked up The Mad Monk, which I think I have seen, but I've never owned. And yeah, it's not often that an IVL DVD in its slipcase appears on Australian eBay, so happy to pick that one up. What I was really happy to pick up is this next one, Monkey Journey to the West. Australian 2 DVD set, Shaw Brothers films, of 4 monkey films from the 60s. Now, everyone in Australia knows about the 70s TV series. We all grew up with it. That's how a lot of us knew about martial arts for the first time. And it's not like that was the first thing. In fact, these 4 films predate that series by 10 years. And the story itself, Journey to the West, is 500 years old or so. And this is 4 films based on the story. We've got Monkey Goes West, Princess Iron Fan, The Cave of the Silken Web, and Land of Many Perfumes. With our usual characters, Tripitaka, Monkey, Pigsy. I wonder if Sandy's in this. Sandy being the fish god that's in the series. We'll find out. You get 2 discs, 2 films a disc, dual layer. They look good. They are not anamorphic, but they are, not anamorphic, 2.35 to 1 with subtitles. The subtitles are below the picture, but they're within the frame of scope, so they will zoom fine, I'm sure, when I try that. And this is through Siren Visual. Very, very out of print, this set. There was one on eBay. I was lucky to get it. Brand new and sealed. I cracked the seal about half an hour ago. And I have not found any other copies, and I've never seen it before, so I'm quite stoked to add this to my Shaw Brothers collection, Monkey Journey to the West. But that's not all. I did say I had a LaserDisc, and here it comes. I picked up the ridiculously named Tough Beauty and the Sloppy Slop. Yep, Tough Beauty and the Sloppy Slop. Hong Kong action, of course. It's from 1995, starring Monsieur Del Razio, who's up in there in the corner, Cynthia Khan, and what's his name? Bao, I can't remember his surname. But I have watched this one. It is pretty good. It is incredibly rare. I lucked upon it through, I was searching for it, and I found an expired auction, and I followed through the seller, and long story short, he sourced me another copy from Hong Kong, which was amazing. The film is pretty good. It is Cynthia Khan is a cop, like she is in the every other film she's in, actually, and like the line of Junie films, and she gets put undercover in a prison, and there's much violence, and there's much drug deals, and there's much there's one scene where a guy gets his head blown off from, and you see the camera underneath. So it's a bit like that scene in Die Hard, actually. Scene in Die Hard. I'm sure you all know which bit I'm talking about. The camera just gets covered. That happens in this film. And it's only a category 2 as well. But anywho, I was really, really happy to find this. Obviously the disc is not in here. It's in the player. Otherwise I wouldn't be banging it around so much. Had a very stressful moment when it arrived. It was like triple boxed, and it's still got a massive cut in the box from mishandling in the post, and it did get a slight bend in the cover. It was so well packed, but the post these days, they just don't care. Anyway, that's this update. Hope you all enjoyed. See you next time.